Greetings! Hello, welcome. Oh my goodness, there are so many of you in chat right now. Hello, welcome to another stream. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We're going to cut to a slightly different screen than we normally cut to. And it's not gone blank for a silly reason. There we go, we're back, we're on. Hello, welcome to a fantastic stream. That's going to be fantastic. It's going to be amazing. It's very exciting. And yeah, I've had a very busy day today, but I've been thinking about this all day. It's all been moving up to this, and yeah, it's exciting. So tonight we are going to be launching a new audio drama, and also we also have treats for you. We have exciting exclusive things for you tonight, for being here tonight as a thank you for being here throughout this series being made, and for it now being released. So hello everybody in chat. There's so much. I'm going to try and get through everybody, but I'm sorry if I missed you. Just a Bonky, hello. I just realized that's the Tower version of the Lo-Fi Girl. It is by the fantastic Erasmus. Jaffindager, hello. Targrade, hello. Sazaraz, hello. Ross is here. Hi Ross, good to see you.
Hi Ross.
Kieran Hingston, hi Kieran. Hi Sassy, Nimsy, Metasweet and Magic. Karayo Kunzite is here. River's second wife is also here. Hello. And Mecha Moira is here. Our fantastic series artist Mecha Moira is in chat tonight. Thank you for being here, Moira. That's incredible to hear. But you may have also noticed that I'm not alone tonight. Tonight I am joined by a fantastic streaming compatriot. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, chat. Wow, that makes me feel really old. Hi, chat. I'm Robyn. Okay, good. We've got Amber to spit out fluid, but very early on. That's not how I meant to phrase that, but that's how this stream is going to go. Hello. I'm Robyn Holdaway. My pronouns are they, them. I am an actor, and I am also Nikki, and also every other voice that you hear in this lovely new thing, except Scully. I'm not the cat. We did record Scully. Meowing.
We did, because we are
did
thorough.
Record. I did just sit there going, meow, meow. but no, Poppy has that honour. So it's lovely to see you all, and I have been following along for other Twitch streams. I'm very grateful. Some of you have said some lovely things about my voice, but I just want to say this has been entirely Amber's brainchild. Sorry, I just said meow. I meowed and my cat has appeared. Hello, Fifi. Wow, I've summoned my cat. But yes, this is all Amber's incredible work, and they should just be so proud. This is amazing.
Thank you. Oh, Ollie is also here. Hi, Ollie. Glad you can
Hi, Ollie. I am also here.
I did try and coax Poppy to join us tonight, but she has specifically, pointedly left the room, which I have to respect.
I see.
I had a new instrument arrive, Robyn. It's I think did I send you the picture? I don't think I did. I'll bring it out.
Giant instrument behind me. It's my wife's cello.
It's this.
So, what is it?
It's called a Taisho Goto, or a Nagoya harp. Ooh. It is a mix between a koto and a typewriter.
Wow.
So you strum these strings here, and then these are like piano keys.
That is
and
incredible.
They kind of fret things. So it'll be great when the tuning actually begins holding. Oh, we have a cat.
Yeah, she has decided to join us.
We have
this was a substitute. This was understudy Scully. Sorry, you were showing an amazing instrument. My cat's just completely taken over.
We have a cat in here as well.
About your very, very cool instrument. It's so much cooler.
Poppy is meowing really loudly at me, so I'm not sure. Poppy, do you have anything to say for all your listening fans tonight? I don't know if that came through on the microphone, but she's meowing real loud. But anyway, my point is, so this is really cool. This came in a case, and the case has been left open on on my sofa, and as you can imagine, Poppy has made that her new home.
Yes,
so I think she's probably mad that
Fifi
I moved some of the furniture.
We have never been bothered to get Fifi fancy beds. She would prefer to stay in the boxes. Fluffy tail. Yes. Oh, but that sounds so cool. And what, you play it? So you strum it and play it.
So you have it flat on your lap, and then you sort of strum one end like this, and then you play it like a typewriter. The only thing I've managed to get it to play, weirdly, is Love Machine by Girls Aloud.
And
I don't know.
Will you be playing that for us tonight?
No, because I haven't figured out how to record it yet.
Shame.
I've just realized I didn't turn off Nightbot, so you're going to be getting notifications for ADDQ tonight. Sorry, chat. This is very much not ADDQ. It's much calmer.
No, God, no.
Slightly
We're not
calmer.
making-
Makes me think of an alternative hurdy-gurdy. I would love a hurdy-gurdy. I think they're amazing instruments.
Okay, Amber wants a hurdy-gurdy. Chat, can we make this happen? Has anyone got a hurdy-gurdy?
They are very expensive.
Also, if you can hear a weird noise, my cat kind of quacks like Fifi. Making the quacky noise. What is it? She won't do it now, but I'll do it next time. You can probably hear her purring through. Oh, hello. If I don't. There you go. You're just making yowly. She just got.
Yeah, I have heard the quack.
Yes, you have heard. You are very used to it. I did send Amber some recordings, some Fifi Foley.
Yeah, so Fifi, this is a little behind the scenes, but you know, Fifi originally was going to be Scully, because Poppy is Poppy. It's very difficult to get Poppy to meow. She like most cats, she will only meow when you don't want her to, and she's very attuned when I'm trying to exploit her for content. But the story was, I was sitting here at my desk and I heard Poppy in her litter tray in the bathroom, and I'm like, Poppy is always very full of energy and very vocal after she's been to the litter tray. So took the recorder, stood outside the bathroom. She came out and was, I would say, understandably upset that someone was like, if somebody shoved a microphone in my face after I'd been to the bathroom, I'd be kind of vocal about it too, honestly.
So this is a post-poop meow that we're getting.
Yes. I imagine she was probably like, "What the hell are you doing?"
And yeah, indignant. This is Fifi. Fifi does have different yowls. Like this is the quack is kind of is the indignant, like, why have you stopped petting me? And then in the morning, it's her yowl for food is mother. Like it's absolutely. I also want to point out, we both voice Fifi, my wife and I. We do voice for Fifi. There you go. She's making noises now, and it's the mother. Feed, Fifi, feed. Like we do the stupid gremlin noise. And also my cat misgender me occasionally, but only when I'm voicing. I am mother to this cat and that's fine. It's all good. Am I also father? Yes, sometimes. But any male figure who is in this cat's life is also father. Anyway, I'm just vamping.
No, it's all good. Right, well, so if Fifi is on your lap, does that mean you can't do the thing you were going to do?
No, I can.
Okay, amazing. Being misgendered for the bit.
Being misgendered for the bit is 100%. Absolutely.
Okay, so I don't think we quite codified what this was. So do you want to take the lead on this thing that you're going to be doing while we're streaming tonight?
So I actually make art.
Oh no!
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. The internet, okay. Your camera's gone a bit funny.
Occasionally make art. There we go. On my lovely little tablet here with this beautiful Amazon design case. And what I'm going to do is chat. I would like your suggestions for a piece of art I could make. You can tell me the color scheme. You could tell me the, what characters or something you want to say. I can't promise it's going to be great. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this, and hopefully inspired by Hello Earth. So I don't know if you say, you want radio station or something. Maybe don't say architecture. I'm not, it's fine. But just what ideas would you like to see? And then I'm going to make this while we're listening through, and we will upload it as part of the final thing. Do you want to talk about that, Amber?
Yes. So at the end of the stream tonight, I'm going to stick a link in the chat. And that link is going to be online. It's going to be up for 2 weeks. So basically, if you are watching this stream on Twitch, even after the date, that link will still be live, and it will be a download to the series. I'll talk a bit more about how this series is going to be distributed after we've listened to it. But the idea is that you're going to get it in a little zip folder. You're going to get the series, you're going to get the soundtrack, you're going to get our amazing artwork by the fantastic Mecha Moira, who is in chat, and then also you're going to get a scanned copy of the script I used on the recording day with all my little doodles and notes on it. Mostly just talking about how Robyn is great, and then also a couple of other little goodies as well. And also now whatever Robyn comes up with tonight. Who knows?
Or whatever, chat, just talk to me. So I need some colours, like what kind of background, what's the colour scheme going to be? And if you're listening through, please do keep adding things into the chat. Like if you're like, oh, what about this, when you hear something in the episodes, that would be fabulous. Otherwise I will just start drawing random stuff and that'll go in. Yeah, it's down to you. What do you want to see? And by the end of stream there will be some art inspired by you.
Which is very exciting. Thank you for doing that. That's very.
No, thank you. It'd be great fun. I kept meaning to do it in Camland, but I kept getting distracted mainly by Tobias.
I still mainly by Tobias, primarily by Tobias. I do still have the box of Camland scripts that were left over after the recording. I was meant to digitize them at some point, but it's not quite. It's just I've just never had the time. And also, so I didn't realize this. So the scanner is in Sarah's office, and when I was scanning in my copy of the script, I didn't quite think this through, because it meant I had to go through to Sarah's office, put a page in the scanner, come back through here, and then click scan, and I had to do that like 12 to 13 times. So I got my steps in that day.
You got fit that day.
Yeah, I did. That was leg day for me. We're already getting loads of suggestions. Metasweet Magic, a horse code machine thing? I'm assuming you're meaning Morse code.
Morse code. I love it. Okay, cool. So we've got some greens, we've got some milky. Okay, cool. I'm getting this. I'm enjoying this. Thank you, T. Oh, by the way, T, you will like this. My wife and I've literally just painted part of our wall a very lovely dark green. So
it is a very satisfying.
Satisfying green.
I never thought of greens being satisfying, but it is a very satisfying green.
It's beautiful. It's honestly, it's gonna have. Oh, we're being very silly with that. We've also got the wall behind me. You can't quite see it in this light. Is I think I said it before. It's called Merlin's robes, and it's purple.
Oh yes. Oh, gorgeous. Ooh, wonderful. Oh my goodness. Horse made its way to Hello Earth just as planned.
A horse is still a thing.
No, it's just... Robyn, did I ever tell you this? Did I ever tell you this part of this bit of Camland lore that accidentally got invented
what
on
is
stream?
the Camland lore?
So
I dread think.
I'm gonna say what it is, and then I'm gonna explain the story behind it. So it was this bit that it was this idea that Perry doesn't know what horses are.
Oh yeah, Perry doesn't know what horses are. Yeah, we've talked this. Perry doesn't know what horses are.
Yeah, because in episode, which was entirely my fault. In episode 9, there's a horn, and then you hear dogs, and then Perry goes horses.
Perry doesn't know what horses are. 100%.
Perry doesn't know what horses are.
Perry knows what lots of things are, but only theoretically.
Yeah, looks at Gellert and goes, "Oh, that's a good horse."
That's a good horse. Gellert is a good horse.
Any four-legged creature. It's just horse.
100%.
Okay, right. Shall we listen to this series?
Yes. Shall we dance, my friends?
It? Yes. Okay. Have you got your suggestions for what you're gonna?
Yes, I have got some lovely ideas here, and I'm going to add in a few. Good.
Amazing. You've got the chat pop-up window, right?
Yeah, I've got chat. Okay. I've got it.
Good. I do think I have the right. Yeah. Let me just. Yeah, that is ready to go. Sorry, you didn't see that chat. I was going over to the next screen, but I didn't realize. I forgot that when I click on a screen over here, it goes to that screen on here as well because we're streaming. I forgot this was live. Who knows? Caesar duck. Floating horse is small today.
Floating horse is small today. I will commit to this bit, team. I will do it. You know me. Commit.
Marvelous. But yes, we're going to listen to the series. We're gonna duck out while we're listening to the series, so you get it uninterrupted. From us talking about horses, presumably, and then we'll come back and then we'll chat for an hour and a bit about the series.
Do it.
Robyn will do some drawing and
art.
Yes, art, and then we'll
art.
Yeah, and then I'll share the link to the series and the soundtrack and all the other goodies, including whatever Robyn has drawn tonight.
Oh God! Okay.
Marvelous. Right, so we're going to dive in. So it's, how long is the series again? It's like 24 minutes. So it'll be about 25 minutes of audio. We're going to play it right through episodes 1 through 6. I hope you enjoy. I've had so much fun making this, and it's amazing to see it all together as one finished piece. So I hope you enjoy listening to it. This is Hello Earth. Enjoy. Okay.
If you are listening to this, it means either somebody has sent this to you, or you have specifically sought out this series. Either way, thanks for being awesome.
Hello? Is anyone out there? This is Earth. My name's Nikki. Is anyone out there? This is Earth. Hello?
Hello, is anyone out there? This is Earth. My name is Nikki. Is anyone out there? This is Earth.
Hello Earth, a tiny audio drama by Amber Devereaux.
My name is Nikki, and I live in an old radio station. One of those independent radio stations that have the big Art Deco buildings out in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty much like that. It's called Radio City. I just call it home. It's up on a hill in the north of Scotland, not far from Dunkeld. It sits in a clearing in the woods. Not many people know about it, which works for me. I live and work here with my idiot cat. Scully! Sending messages out into the void of space from Earth, hoping that one day someone or something will say, "Hello, Earth."
I don't miss you. I want to make that really clear. I don't miss you. I don't know where you went or why, but I don't miss you. We said that we were done. You left, so I left. I'm not looking for you. I'm not looking for you.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Never once been fed. Not in all your born days. There you go. I'm not heating it up. Scotland actually has quite a long history with UFO sightings. Lights over Edinburgh Castle, dark oblong shapes moving over Glasgow, sheep disappearing from farms in the Highlands, strange figures in the Outer Hebrides. UFOs aren't really my speciality. I'm more interested in extraterrestrial communication.
It's easier for me to talk about this than myself, or anything that actually matters, or is real.
I know sending out messages from an old abandoned radio station is not quite the Arecibo Observatory, but Scotland is small. We take what we can get. Do you ever think about space? I don't mean like the final frontier. I mean actually being in space, floating above yourself, above the world, above everything. Like imagine being able to take one hand and blot the world right out of sight. Sounds kind of nice, doesn't it?
Sometimes I just want to be left alone.
I remember stumbling upon this place one day while hiking. I remember geeking out about how cool it was and wondering if it still worked. I always wanted to come back.
But I never did. I came here not long after you left. After I left.
I didn't really know why at first. I just wanted to be away from everyone. I needed to be high up, away from people, away from life. I couldn't blot out the world, but I could blot myself out. Leave myself to the stars and float above myself, above everything. And try and see what else is out there. There is something about this part of Scotland that just draws me back to it. Imagine the Pacific Northwest, but with 18th century country towns. Tea rooms rather than diners. Townhouses rather than log cabins. The trees still frame the road the same way. The mist drifts across the mountains the same way. Twin Peaks, but in Scotland. The Burnham Oak is here, the one Shakespeare wrote about in Macbeth. There's always been a sense of paranormal here, though why someone decided to build an Art Deco radio station here, I don't know. It's not a long drive from the town. I needed to pick up a couple of things. The trail back up to Radio City is in pretty good condition and... Wait. There was a light in the sky. Too fast for a plane, too slow to be a shooting star. I just looked. watched it go, and I swear, it looked at me. Hello? Hello, is anyone out there? This is Earth. My name is Nikki. Is anyone out there? This is Earth. Hello? Hello? This is Earth. Hello? Hello, is anyone out there? This is Earth. I know you're out there. I saw you. This is Earth. Is anyone out there? Come on. I know what it sounds like. I do. I really do. But I know what I saw. It was real. I saw something in the sky and it looked at me. If I can just contact them, find out who they are, where they came from, maybe I can find my way back. I saw something. I did. I saw something. You know, sometimes I can feel gravity. It's not a force that pushes, it's a force that pulls. The weight of the world falling into the fabric of space-time, distorting time and space around it. I'm just saying, I feel that sometimes. I had a friend who moved away, moved country, moved continent, moved as far away from this little island as possible.
I'm not talking about you.
She said, if you stick around here too long, you start to think this time is always time, and this place is always and the only place. And what is actual is only what's in front of you, and that there is only one place. She came back and couldn't help but feel how small everything was. I'm just saying, I feel that sometimes. I don't like going back to places I've lived. It feels a bit like returning to the scene of a crime. I always worry someone will recognize me. It always feels small, trapped in a time and a space I have left behind, where I thought this little place was enough to hold the entire universe.
Sometimes you were there. Sometimes I am there.
I'm just saying. I saw something. That's all.
Hello? Is anyone out there? This is Earth. My name is Nikki. Is anyone out there? This is Earth. Is anyone out there? This is Earth. My name is Nikki.
Wait.
Hello, Earth.
It's true! I saw something!
You saw something.
Who are you?
We're from elsewhere. We've been watching. We've been listening.
To me?
Yes.
Why me?
You were talking.
What do you want?
What do you want?
What? I don't...
What do you want? What are you looking for?
I don't want to be here anymore. I can't be here anymore. I can't be a person anymore. It's too hard. I'm stuck here, tied to this earth, this planet, this tiny life. And I don't know how to get out. It keeps happening. I keep running away when the world starts feeling too small, but I can't run anymore.
Earth is real enough.
No, not anymore. Take me with you.
You have made your world this small.
No.
Yes. You are hiding. You are running away.
That's not true.
You have built a tiny, safe world around yourself because you are afraid, populating it with your thoughts, and no thought is content.
Stop it.
Do not be afraid. Do not shrink from yourself. Do not shrink from the world, from life.
Wait.
Earth is room enough.
No, wait, come back.
Do not be afraid.
Don't leave me.
One day you will be ready. One day you will find your way back.
You saw it too, right?
Hi. It's me. I'm sorry I've not been in contact recently. I've had some stuff going on. A lot of stuff, actually. I don't know if I can talk about it yet, or if I'll ever be able to, really. I've been trying to figure out how I want to be a part of everything. I think I thought that I could just float above it all, be carried by the current and let it take me somewhere, anywhere. I'm not sure I cared. But you can't live that way. You can't. Anyway, thank you for picking up and listening. I didn't think you would. I'm not sure words are ever really going to be enough to contain all this. I'm always going to think there's a better way to say it all. Anyway, it's been a long time and maybe it's too late. Maybe you don't want to know anymore, and that's okay. I have to be okay with that. But I just wanted to say hello.
Was performed by Robyn Holdaway, with Poppy the Cat as Scully. It was written, produced and scored by Amber Devereaux. Artwork by Moira Dakin. Special thanks to Sarah, Ella, Ollie, Ross, all my Twitch viewers, and the members of the Tin Can Audio Ko-fi. Thank you for listening.
Welcome, thank you. I don't know why I said. I'm so used to jump to unmuting myself and then going welcome, and I'm like, no, that's not what this is. That's Hello Earth. That's our show. I'm glad people enjoy it. I'm glad that it's worked. I think that's always the That's always the big thing. Sassy Catastrophe, thank you so much for the jelly bean break. I will have a jelly bean. Robyn, do you want to tell us about what you've drawn while I chew on this jelly bean? Because it's going to take a while.
Okay, so still slightly getting there. It's nearly done. Oh God, as you do. One moment. Let me just. I'm so nearly there.
There's no rush. There's no rush on it whatsoever. You're good.
It's all right. So somebody mentioned a bit about the light in the sky, and that sort of got me thinking, and the Milky Way and stuff like that. So we've ended up with something a little bit slightly surreal. I'm not sure if we can see it quite. Let me see if I can get that there. It's a silhouette of
that's gorgeous.
Looking up against this sort of strange, amazing light, and I'm just going to play with adding in a fun little layer here that's going to just add a bit of. So yes, it was this idea of how small we are and how big the world is, and I think that's something we talked about a lot during our kind of the reading of it.
Yes.
And yeah, it's like I say, please be kind. This is very quickly done and absolutely in silhouette. I did want to do Scully. I tried to do Sonic Hedgehog shoes, but we couldn't quite get there. So I'll have to hide some rings or something in there, which I'll do in a moment. But
can you draw like an outline of Sonic in the sky, like Mufasa?
Like Mufasa. Not quite. Let's see what we can do. What I can do is this. Burn.
Mekamoro, not to fully yoink the idea, but reading the chat got me thinking. Also, I got a doodle now. If Mekamoro, if you can do something in the next like hour, and send it to me on Discord. We can throw it in the folder as well. If you would like, if that's something you would like. Remember to live and learn. Remember who you are and going fast. Amazing.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. We gotta go fast. I think this is probably the closest I've ever gotten to going fast in an audio drama, with the breakbeat music. Oh my goodness, where's my water? There we go. Oh my goodness.
Gradually learning. This needs to be What do they want us to talk about?
Well, I guess sort of like, what are your kind of thoughts or reflections, like hearing it as a completed piece now that it's finished and now that it's a thing that exists in the world, like what are your kind of thoughts hearing it as a completed piece? Because obviously, like it was quite a quick turnaround, right? It was like a month or so turnaround. I've been sending you episode cuts going, this bit's done, this bit's done, this bit's done. But I guess it's
very, very enjoyable. I think, and I've also been listening on to streams, and it's been fascinating hearing you build and develop this, because you had such a clear idea of the rules and this sort of style of music and seeing where these things grow from. The cat has now moved. She's just jumped off. So it was, at the moment I got the script, I was like, yes, love it. Love this. And when you sent that version of it with you doing it, I'm like, I loved. It felt very organic. It felt like the music and the words were part of it. And that's something you do so well with your sound design, is that they play off one another. And then hearing it as a full piece, it's sort of like hearing an album rather than just a track on a CD. And I am in many ways. And it's just this kind of, it does make sense, but it's also lovely that it does work as individuals. And you can kind of, and I've just loved hearing the construction of these pieces and hearing all the careful work that you've been doing and hearing the edits. It's like editors are not paid enough. We talked about it can be hard as a voice actor, because you can, if you're very precious about your work, it's not going to go well, because you do just have to hand it over, and that has to be okay. And I'm okay with it. In fact, I quite like it when a editor makes everything I do better. I think that's great. But, I'm aware there are actors who aren't so keen on that, and I do understand it, because you do your work and you do sort of you do deliberate pauses and things like that, but you never have, as an actor, full control over the final piece. You're always handing that over to a director or to somebody who has a bigger vision, and I am a cog in a machine in that sense. I don't know if any of that made sense. I was sort of half thinking about what I was doing and half.
Like, it's an interesting sort of discussion, because I mean, like, it's something that I think, because when I started making audio dramas, it was, I was doing everything, including voice acting. So I was just like, this can be edited better. and I guess it never really. And then I moved into like editing nonfiction stuff where like you have to do edits, like that's part of the job. So I never really considered the thought that it's just that like by you by editing a performance you are sort of changing the meaning of it. I mean, luckily nobody I've worked with has had a problem with it yet. Thankfully, yet is the big. But no, I think it's an interesting thing because I feel like. I guess it must be a similar thing with TV and film, right? Where you're getting like takes chopped up and
well, yeah. Your performance is made in the edit, and don't annoy them because they will absolutely fuck you up. No. But it is. It's you do need to have a kind of healthy awareness of it because, I find it quite comforting. I find it comforting to know that if I really fuck up, there is somebody there who's kind of can fix it and can deal with that, and I think that's a very lovely thing. And it means that the performance becomes it's not my fault, it's our performance, comrade.
The people's performance.
And that's nice. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think I think one of the things I've always really enjoyed about editing, and this is something Ella and I slightly bumped heads on when we were making Camlin, and that like I really like getting an edit in and going, right, these are the pieces we've got to play with. Let's make something with it. So when I was doing Camlin, I'd kind of be like, oh, right, well, this bit doesn't work. And my initial thought was obviously like, well, let's chop it up. Let's see if there's a more interesting way of say doing this bit. Whereas Ella would be like, no, let's get pickups. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Let's fix it.
Ruins
Yeah.
the fun. So like 9 times out of 10, it was better to get the pickup. But yeah. Did you record the phone bit with the Mike Lawrence made? No, sadly not. Robyn did not come up to Glasgow to record this, sadly.
No.
We were making this on very tiny budget. So we just decided to
I have a home studio.
Although we did for episode 1, the start of episode 1 and the end of episode for all of episode 6, that was we recorded that on WhatsApp. So it meant that like we got it recorded through Riverside, but I also asked Robyn to record it as a voice note on WhatsApp, because then you get all the delightful kind of compression and digital artifacts and things that you get in that kind of thing. So when you do things that way, you do still have to do more effects and add more kind of things like that. But it's a better starting point than just clean audio, I think. You get like a slight crunch to it. WhatsApp's actually remarkably clean. This is the real thing we're losing with better phone technology, in that it means that we're going to be losing all of those delightful phone frequencies you get. But I'm still yet to make something with the phone mic. I'm sad I didn't get it. I'm sad I got it after Camlin recording. I think we could have had a lot of fun with that. But I suppose we had the walkie-talkies for Camlin, which was...
We did. Okay, sorry, I think I've done it. I think this is done.
Incredible.
I'm going to send it to you now. I'm going to send it to myself first. Sorry, as in like I wanted to get it done by the end of the stream. So let me send it to myself first. I'll do this clever thing. So you keep chatting. I'll send it. Sorry, and then I will be fully engaged with you.
Okay. Okay. Well, we've got a couple of questions. What was the deal with the breakbeats? So, like, the actual sort of first idea for this was actually really weird. Basically, I had a gap in my streaming schedule, and I was like, look, you know what? I have a bunch of breakbeat drum samples that I've never used. I think I'm gonna spend a stream playing around with them, because it's a genre of music I really love listening to. Like the style of music that you hear in Hello Earth is the style of music that I listen to when I'm trying to get work done. Not I know like, oh, I need to be pumped up. I find listening to it really relaxing, and it makes me feel big emotions that I don't understand.
Yes.
And I was like, I've always wanted to make music like this, but I've never really kind of like tried making it before. So I made what became the main theme for Hello Earth, and I made that piece of music on stream, and I was just like, this is one of the best things I've ever made. I love this. And because it is a genre of music that makes me feel big emotions that I can't understand, it basically I was like, I think there's a story in this, and then I made more, and then I think the next stream I was like, I'm gonna make some more of this. I think I've still got some more of this music in here, and then that became the piece of music you hear in episode 3.
So,
and I was like,
can I send this to you by WhatsApp, my darling?
Yes, if that is easier for you, I will just
yes,
make sure
sorry,
that
it's on my phone, so I'll do this.
That's okay. I'm just gonna make sure.
That's the PN. That's one version.
Just gonna get this set up so that I don't share my WhatsApp with the delightful Twitch viewers. That's probably not good.
Yes, don't share your WhatsApp. There'll be lots of, I'm sure, memes and cat pictures.
Oh no, hang on. Let's put that in. Okay, let me open this and then I will. What's the best way to do this? Oh, Ollie, thank you for the hydrate or dihydrate. Now's a good time to drink some water.
Lovely. Oh yes, hydrate. Thank you, team.
Very important.
Lovely. Yeah, breakbeats was funny because I said to Amber, I was like, "Oh, this is amazing. This is great to like." I feel like I could really work to this because I often need something playing, but it's quite complicated. And I was like, "I can change your life," and sent me this playlist that I've instant downloaded, and it's like a background to my brain, so I can really recommend that.
We've also received a posture check as well. That's good. I suspect we are both sitting incorrectly.
What do you mean I can't be a shrimp?
Sitting cross-legged in my office.
Well, I
chair.
did just yes. I mean, I taught boxing tonight, team. So I've done lots of lovely moves.
I've done my good posture for the night.
I've done my good posture. Fuck it all. Fuck
right.
it all.
Let's move on.
Yeah, the picture I've just sent, by the way. I added a last detail at the end, and I'm going to say to you, it's the eyes. And you'll see it, and I think it really links into what we initially started when you asked me my views, and I was like, I think Nikki's an alien.
Oh yeah, that does actually look really good. Yeah, should we talk about this theory that you brought to the recording that completely changed the story for me?
Well, I can do. So when I first read this through, it put me in mind of a story it was a Tumblr story. I think it's The Egg. It's very, very well known.
It's
also
an Andy Weir story, I think.
Yes. And it's the idea that kind of this person dies and they find out that they are every person on Earth. Their consciousness is reborn until they are every person to have ever lived. And the idea is that eventually they will become, this is their training ground for learning to be a god, essentially. It's a great little story. And maybe we can add a link to it. I don't know. But I read it through Fifi. No, sorry, my Fifi is determined to have food. I'm wondering whether someone else might be able to feed her.
Sorry, it's just very funny to look in chat and just see a message that just says the egg is great.
The egg is great. All hail, and also yes, eggs. But and I read this through. I know there was a lot about sort of the metaphor of it and of letting go and of being, of isolating yourself. But part of me went, what if Nikki actually is an alien? Like, what if they have been abandoned essentially on Earth, and the whole purpose is for them to learn what humanity really is? That Earth is. What is it? What's the Earth is white?
Earth is room enough, which is the title of an Isaac Asimov story collection.
Well, this was the thing. That line really stuck with me, and this idea that actually that's why they're there, is to learn and to grow and to experience Earth from that perspective. And I mean, we can go into lots of things about social isolation and not feeling like you fit and stuff like that, and whether or not this, how much of this is metaphor. They've put themselves in this strange place, and they've avoided, and they've spent so much time trying to get back. Like, they were abandoned on Earth, and they've spent all their time trying to get back to their people. It's very similar to a story my wife has written. I won't promo her work on here, I promise. But I was like, wait a minute. Essentially, this person, they've been abandoned. They spend so much of their time and energy just trying desperately to get back. And when they do finally get contact, they're told, no, this is enough. And it's only when you're going to find satisfaction and you've done your thing on Earth, that's when you can move on. A bit about, ghosts and about meaning of life and stuff like that. But I just went, oh, that's cool. What if it is that thing, and this is what this is, and they're going to essentially take me back, let me come home. And even within that, you get the metaphor, because you get the idea of you actually you're not somebody who fits in. Maybe you're neurodivergent, maybe you're trans, maybe you're anything else, but you have to learn what it means to be that in a world that you don't fit, and that there is enough space for you, and that you can I don't know. This was all the thoughts it sort of sparked off because, that story came to mind, and suddenly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic because, like, you know, we started the recording, and I kind of was very much just like, well, by the way, Tobias, I've just noticed that Tobias is in chat. Hi, Tobias. Tobias has joined us. I've just been informed I was distracting and stopped you drawing, Robyn. Devastated. I was nothing if not the entire time, not just when you were drawing.
Baby, I love you so much. Don't worry. Like, I drew plenty of Camland stuff. I doodled lots. I was saying that the thing about art is I'm not as good as I probably should be. I've been drawing since I was like 12, self-taught, you know, during the manga and anime that everyone did. Lots of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Danny Phantom, because I wasn't queer at all. Yami Yugi has a legitimately excellent style choice. But I was drawing all this stuff, and I drew it as a way to sort of keep my brain occupied. And I brought my sketchbook into lessons, and no one thought to test me for ADHD because, of course, I was femme presenting, and I don't have that, despite the fact that I have to draw to think. But and so I was drawing a lot when we were doing Camland, because you spend a lot of time in audio drama sat, not doing much listening and things like that, and that's beautiful. And I wish I could have that level of focus, but I don't have to do something with my hands. It was either that or juggling, and I felt that would be more distracting. But I mean, linking it back to what I was just talking about, this sense of otherness, and that we don't have to spend all our time chasing a place where we fit in. We can make the world a place that we fit, and the world has enough space and can grow to accommodate and indeed celebrate us as we are. Sorry, that was roundabout. Anyway.
No, that was wonderful. Like it's like I like I said, I do still have all the Camland scripts that were left behind after the recording. I do need to digitize them at some point, because this like, I don't think I might have told this story already, but so I think it was like the morning of, it was maybe the day before or the morning of like the first day of recording for Camland, and I'd said to Ross, "Are you okay to go get the scripts printed?" And Ross was like, yeah, because we got a quote, we knew how much it was going to be, and Ross was dropping by on his way in. So I was like, yeah, great. And then Ross shows up and then like unzips his bag and takes out like the biggest box of paper you've ever seen, like a full like sort of, you know, box of printer paper that you would buy from a shop, and just took that out of his bag, being like, here are the scripts. And I'm like, did you carry that? Yeah. Oh, wow, okay, so I still have that box, and it's still full of Camland scripts, some of which have been doodled on, some of them don't. I still also have the map that Ella drew for me of, like, the scenario that, the map of the cottage and its surroundings and things. So I still have all that. But anyway, we were talking about the recording session. Yeah, like, I sort of had a vague idea of what the story was about, and kind of... It's a very, I would describe it as like a very impressionistic story. It was very sort of, because it came out of music tracks rather than the other way around, which was an interesting way of writing a series, I will say that. It meant that like it was very based on, like I was listening to the music being like, right, what happens in this episode, and doing it that way. And that was really interesting, but it meant that like the story was kind of vague and a bit more kind of abstract, and very much like you do with song lyrics, and that like they're kind of slightly looser, slightly abstract, not quite as definitive in their meanings. And I had like some vague notions about what the story was about and things, and then before the recording session, I was very much like, well, what's your take on the character? And Robyn was just like, oh, I think Nikki's an alien, and I'm like, oh, that's recontextualized absolutely everything. Oh my god. But like in a really good way. Like it's great when you have a story and you or a script and you give it to an actor, and the actor has a completely interesting, like a really interesting take on it, especially for something as vibes based as this.
Well, this was the thing, it was totally vibes, and you were asking me, and I was a bit like, I think I said to you as well, I don't like to be underprepared, and I've said so many times on Camland that I felt so grossly underprepared because I underestimated the Welsh language. Never do that. Never underestimate the Welsh. And because I said it before, I looked at the lexical sets and went, I know how to say that. Nope, that's not how you say that. That's not how you say that. So when I was doing my prep, I was like, no, this is all pretty straightforward. I can do all the complicated technobabble. This will all be fine.
Spoiler alert, I learned a lot that week. But with this one, again, I was like, I don't want to over prepare because it's very short. And I feel like the way that you've written it is so musical that in some ways it's got to be vibe based. And you asked me what I thought and what I prepped. And there was a tiny part of my head to brain go, you got to say something. And then I said the thing that was honest, which was I thought about this story. And I thought about, because you've got the voice in this and it's who is the voice? Because I think for you, the voice is also another part of Nikki. It's sort of their consciousness on the radio and stuff like that. Whereas actually, for me, I was like, nah, it's a fucking alien, isn't it? Like, it's just very literal. And it was a people, maybe a hive mind, I don't know. I play a lot of Stellaris and I've just voiced, like I say, it's very strange for me. My two most recent projects have been space with a kiddie, non-binary protagonist. The Last Gifts of the Universe, if anyone wants to listen to that audiobook, it's lovely. But so I think I was kind of in that space anyway. And you asked me, and I was like, well, let's try it like this, because it could be anything. It could, of course, be kind of looking at somebody who's hiding themselves from the world that I went into, that one. And then I was like, why not? Thank you, Tobias. You're a kind man. I didn't nail that Welsh. That was, you know how I was saying about how I'm grateful for editors? There's a speech in Camland, which if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. It's excellent. There's an episode, you know, it's too much of a spoiler to say how this happens, but I end up saying a speech which has a lot of Welsh and Gaelic and Gaelic and just lots of different words, and it took a while.
Yeah, I think we had to. I think we were very much just like, let's set aside like a couple of hours to.
It didn't take. I don't think it was a couple of hours. I think in the end we sort of took. It was just that we had to fragment it, and I liked a bit more of a flow, but I had to hear the word and then say it. I really, really struggle if I don't know the meaning of a word to say it.
Yeah.
Which is why I struggle with a lot of foreign language stuff. I remember as a kid learning Willkommen. Fucking mess in my head. It's not a complicated song, but I really struggled, and so getting that Welsh down was hard. But thank you, Tobias, for all of your help.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, you had to sing in Welsh as well. I
did.
Forgot. You had to sing in Welsh.
And Ella gave me a really hard
song.
Thank you, Ella. We love you. I don't know if she's listening, but I do love you. But maybe a slower song.
A thing I learned about Ella on Monday when we did ADDQ is that Ella will never pull punches.
No. No,
I mean that in the best way, but I sort of thought, well, for ADDQ, maybe Ella will dial down the world building that she does and everything, and she'll dial down that particular style of writing that she does, where she writes sound cues and creates a very rich sound world within the script. No, I was reading through the script being like, yeah, I need to do that. How am I going to do that?
How am I going to do that?
But it was, yeah. And the same was true for Camland.
I mean, it worked. If you ever get a chance to work with Ella, absolutely do it.
Absolutely
she is fantastic. Yes. And if nothing else, just ask her about stuff. She just knows so many things. We just sat there and it was like story time every break time, and we kept running over, and Ross was very politely just like, okay guys, we need to get back now. And we were all like, but Ella is telling us the story of the Mabinogi and we wish to know. We want to know about the gay knight and the one who turns into an owl or stands in a river with a foot in a bucket, and I've just messed up all of that. And now all I'm thinking is the teat owl thing. Anyway,
the teat owl.
Teat owl. Oh, I can tell the worst joke in the world. I've said the worst joke in the world before. I think I said it last time we were on stream. The one that made all of the Camland group chat hate me. I might do a TikTok of this. It's that which knight designed the round table? Circumference.
The tea towel. We need to explain the tea towel joke now.
Oh god, no, I'm not sure that's an amount of lore.
I can't even remember it was just like what's the most.
And Kara telling a joke, and she kept being like, "I'm going to tell this joke," and then she didn't. And then there was all this build up, and I can't even remember what the joke is.
It was like the most common. What's the most common type of owl? And it's a teat.
Tea towel. Like a tea towel.
Yes, and then you're supposed to go a tea towel, and it goes, and there's another bit.
I can't remember it. We'll have to ask Gang Harrod to relive that joke. Go.
There is a
clip
stream on Twitch that we.
Oh, thank you, Tobias. Yeah, she kept trying to tell it. Steam kept. The stream kept cutting off, so the joke never
it was a
landed.
nightmare.
And in the end,
Absolute
we
nightmare.
were all laughing so much at that. And then she said, "A tea towel." And we all just. There's been a few streams which has been us and when we were ill, and the energy we brought. I remember just being there, really feverish. I think one of my binders just sat there, just like sweating, as you, me, and Ella.
All ill, all with the flu.
But we were all like, you know what, fuck it, let's bring the people what they want.
Well, because it was episode 3, and like we were all like, episode 3 is one of our favorite episodes. We can't cancel the stream because we want to talk about how amazing how much we love this episode.
It's got gorgeous sound design.
Yeah.
So if you go and watch that Camland stream back, we're all quite dosed up on a lot of
Very
meds, and if we aren't, we should be.
Yeah.
Should we talk about this one though?
I was going to say, yes, we're talking about a different. Yeah, so like, I mean, I guess we've talked a little bit, like, we've talked a bit about how like this story is very vibes based. I guess do you want to? I was wondering if you wanted to talk a bit more about that from the perspective of an actor, like doing something that's a bit less focused on like having a character with a fully fleshed out backstory and more just kind of going with it and feeling it. Like what is that experience like?
Sure thing. I mean, it's something that ironically I've been saying to a lot of my students this week is the difference between, okay, Fifi wishes to join. Come on, you can be heard on stream. You can be heard on stream, so uppies. Do you want uppies? Okay, no, she doesn't want uppies. She wants to scream at me because I think has she got food? I don't know. Anyway, so the experience of kind of being an actor doing that, and I was explaining to a lot of my students that when you're training as an actor, you should try and do everything you can. Literally play every role, be, something that you'd never play professionally. But actually, when you hit professional acting, especially TV, you're often given a character which is as close to you as they can kind of get so that you have an authentic voice. It's actually quite hard because these are Fifi. No, she's trapped on my jumper. I'm caught. No, Fifi, release. Sorry. Oh, Fifi, fuck off. I love you. Stop it. I might send a message to my wife and see if she can feed the cat. No, so anyway, so when you're acting, especially on TV, you will play characters that are very similar to you. And so the character work that she does, Yearn for Chaos, the character work that you end up doing is sometimes minimal, because if you're not doing a lot, you don't need to sit and agonize and do a lot of these exercises that we do. I think I've described before, actor training sometimes feels a bit like a pyramid scheme with out-of-work actors teaching other out-of-work actors how to get work. And it can get very lost in itself, and you end up doing work for the sake of doing work, and there becomes a thing like, oh, how much have you marked up your scripts and how much have you done? And it feels like this real pressure. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just going back and clearing up some tabs while you were talking, and Ross has messaged me going, "Hello, you shared your WhatsApp." And my soul left my body. And Ross is like, "I'm joking." So this is
Incredible. Ross, you've just well done. You've given Amber
I am distressed.
Oil.
Right, yes. Sorry, you were saying.
No, absolutely. Oh god, we can't both go on tangents. We'll lose ourselves completely in knots. Anyway, yes, so doing this vibes-based thing was actually very nice because I didn't have to think overly. Nikki, in many ways, was just me in different given circumstances. So a lot of it was just about removing the blocks for doing something honestly. And that's, again, what I talk to a lot of my students about, and what I do a lot of work with is letting people feel relaxed in these imaginary circumstances. Again, I've talked about this on Twitch before, but it's that sense of play you have as a kid. And that's where I do some of my best work, because I'm not overthinking it. I am an overthinker. And I think if I'd really sat down with this and marked it up and done all my actioning and done all of these techniques that can be incredibly useful, it would have taken away from these vibes. And actually just listening to some of the music and talking to you and letting what came out naturally come out. Also, like, to some degree, I have been doing this quite a while, like in terms of my face won't show it yet. But I've kind of been doing audio drama work and stuff like that for a good couple of years now, and I also grew up listening to it, so there is a subconscious part of my brain that knows how something should sound, and that's where a good director comes in, because occasionally they're like, okay, that is a take, let's get something else, and that was something that's done very well. But especially when you're recording on your own or doing a video game, I'm sure Tobias can say this in the chat, you'll do a few different versions of a line and you'll know when it's landed. You'll have that feeling. And that was this for me. It was this sort of thing of, let's just let it flow, because it's written so well. It doesn't need to be overly complicated. It just needs to come out in a way that is honest and a way that you want. And then if you gave me a couple of notes, Mufasa for the voice, and a few other notes that kind of occurred along the way. But I think you and I, whatever we are made of, our brains are similar stuff. So when you say something, I'm like, yeah, I know what you're getting at without you having to say it. That's really useful. And as you get that either if you're just same brain, which works for, I know I've got that with you. I've got that with a couple of other people who I work with. I'm like, yeah, I know what you're getting at. Or you get it when you get very used to people. So you work with them again and again. And that's where I think a lot of the nepotism in our industry comes in. Is just people going, yeah, but I already have a shorthand with this person. And I know how to get what I need out of them. And I think Ella posted something recently about essentially don't give a line read.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Never give a line read. Yeah.
Which I know I'm guilty of sometimes when I direct, especially kids, because they haven't had the practice of landing it. And you don't want to give line reads. But like if I directed a show in a week, and sometimes I'm like, no, I need you to land that because it's funny, and you need to get that. But that process of, I think you as a director with that director hat, you kind of have to sit in both ways, because you have to be like, I know what I want, but you have to be flexible enough to allow the actor to do what they want, and maybe it will be better. I've gone so tangential. What, no, sweetie? Okay.
But like,
why is she whining? What is it? This is the whole, you've never been fed in all your born days is something we say to her every morning. She's never been fed ever. So I hope that answers your question. It's vibes based. So my work on it was vibes. I went with what felt right.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like it's something I've always found really interesting, and I think this is definitely something I kind of figured out making The Tower. Was this idea of just like, I remember going into the first part of recording The Tower with a very specific idea of what I wanted it to sound, what I wanted the actors to sound like. And it's why, like, everybody I worked, all of the cast are people that I'd worked with before. Because, again, this is what I did. Like, I believe the message I sent to you was, Robyn, I've got something really weird. Do you want to be in it? Or something like that.
I think my instant response was yes. You were like, send me a script. And I was like, yeah, you can if you like.
I hadn't even sent a script. I was just like, I've got something weird. Do you want to be in it? Like, this is how all the ideas go. I'll basically be like, look, I've got something really weird. Don't know if it works. Can you help me with this? Which, we're talking about kind of nepotism within the industry. I'm aware it's something that I do, and it's something I'm trying to get better at. But like for something like this, if it's something where I'm like, I'm not 100% sure this works.
Yeah.
I do feel it's good to have a bit of
It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's the thing I try to talk to people about, which is gatekeeping isn't always a problem as long as everyone has access to the gate.
Oh yeah.
And it's a lot of people think they can do audio work. And I think I said this last time we were on here, is a lot of people kind of go, oh yeah, I could probably do that. I could get a microphone and do it. And they could probably do some good stuff. But that ability, it's the old thing of you train for 7 years and you can do it in 10 minutes. You don't pay for the 10 minutes, you pay for the 7 years. So the ability to change your voice and adapt and know what things should sound like and do all the technical stuff, and if you know someone can do it right and you've got something quick you need done quickly, or as a favor, or with low budget, or whatever else, you will go for the people you like to work with. And part of our job as actors and as creatives is, networking is a horrible word, but it is to meet people and make work with them. My job is to promote your stuff, because I know that helps keep this connection, not in a bad way. It's to help support you. And I know that comes back in the same way I support everyone. I know that, I don't know if the Holmwood guys have come into the chat today, but we talk about their work. And I think building each other up and building that network doesn't have to be a dirty word. It's people who sort of, I know that it is a real struggle for some people to meet people and know, how do I get there? And we need to make sure the access is there.
Yeah.
But you have to acknowledge as a creative that part of your job is to be nice to work with and to support other people, not just when you need something. And one of the best things I've done is almost make a note to myself to just contact these people. And it's how I kept in touch with Rob Valentine, who's a fantastic writer. And it was like, no, I'm going to ask him how he is, or I'm going to chat about something that isn't work, and make sure you do that more than you talk about work, or more than you ask for favors, because it's almost like I think it's a 7 Habits thing. It's the putting money into a piggy bank. You want to put in more than you're ever going to take out. And it sounds a little bit transactional, but you have to acknowledge that you are a person. And I'd love to see Amber and chill, like we would just chill as people, but as professionals, I can't expect Amber to keep wanting to work with me if every time I message them it's, oh, can you help me with the voice? You want to create an actual genuine bond so that when you message me, I want to do a weird project, I go, yeah, let's do it. I want to help you because I trust you and I know that the work you do is good. So kind of, I think you have to simultaneously have a little bit of cognitive dissonance that, yes, there's the icky side of what can we give each other as professionals. But mostly it's just, if you like someone and you like their work, then just remind them of that and remind yourselves of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been one of the great things about one of the many great things about Camlin is that we have all kept in touch, which has been wonderful. Which is great because I like knowing lots of very talented actors, because it means when I want to make something weird, I can just throw up the signal, being like, I need an actor to do something weird, which has been rather wonderful. But yeah, like I think it's a thing a very bad author said recently. A very bad author said a very long time ago. It's like the 3 things are: you need to be on time, the work needs to be good, and you need to be nice to chat to, and you only need 2 of them.
Yes.
Which is a true rule. Like the work can be less good if it's always nice to hear from you.
Yes, I have the 3 rules of acting: be on time, know your lines, and don't be a dick.
Yeah. It's just like you will be surprised how far being nice to people gets you.
And sending them memes.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, this entire industry is run on spreadsheets and memes. Don't let anyone who says otherwise is a liar.
But there's a director who will remain nameless who I follow on Instagram, who's done some work that I've we've kind of got a sort of connection. And I just realized that I follow a lot of people on Instagram, and I forget sometimes whether they're someone I know or whether they're an actor or someone I admire. And but they post in very similar ways. And so I might end up commenting on something thinking it's a shit post from my friend, and it being, Stanley Tucci or something. No, it's fine. It's never a bad thing. But it's this thing of me going, oh, what nerds posted this thing of their dog? Oh, it's Jennifer Morrison or someone. I'm like, oh, no, I don't know them. That's fine. But this happened with this director who I saw they wanted some information. I was like, I actually think I can help them about something. So I sent them a message saying, like, it's completely out of the blue, but you asked for this. I think I can help. And we ended up chatting. And now I do want to work with them because they're a wonderful director, but I almost don't, because part of me is like, no, I just want to go and pet raccoons with you because I feel like we're very similar people. I'm not saying who this is, because if they ever, for some strange reason, watch this stream, I just think they're really cool. But it's that weird thing of, and especially as you get more into the industry, it's how you respond to other people who have perceived hierarchy. And I think the thing that I'm these days, I'm still called in for teenagers, as you do, but I think I come across as very mature, partly because I'm not treating the casting directors as I did when I was a teenager, which would have been, oh my God, you're amazing. I'm just nervous. I'm like, yeah, hi, how are you doing? You're a person, I'm a person, and we would probably have coffee together in another life, or tea, because I don't like coffee. So this sort of way, and it grows and develops, and it's very natural that when you're newer in the industry, you do feel that, but then you have to, it comes with building a self-confidence and a trust in your own work, I think. And then you go, yeah, I'm good at what I do, and we are now going to connect. So you have to both know the hierarchy and ignore the hierarchy.
Yeah, you got to know what the rules are so you can break them, right? Like,
yes, I'm so sorry. I'm doing that thing where I completely just talk for an hour.
No, not at all. Like this is why we're doing this. Like we have time to fill tonight. So we're creating this space so we can chat about stuff. Like it's interesting you talk about kind of like, I think somebody in the chat has said, connect before content.
Connect before content. I love that.
So one of the things that kind of, I'm going to talk about the distribution in like a bit, just because we've still got quite a bit of time to fill.
Yeah.
But like, one of the reasons I kind of thought, this might be a way of putting this show out. I remember when I made part 1 of The Tower, when it was only like a 6-episode thing, and I was very much just like, I don't know if this is good or not. It's really personal. It's really slow, and at that point, like, slow audio drama was really, like, it was very much like you had to be like fast-paced comedy stuff or like action-packed or horror, and I'm like, that's none of these things. And I made it, and then the first thing I did was I sent it to a bunch of people, just being like, hi, I don't know if this is good or not. This is a weird thing that I've made, but I think it's good. And I was just wondering if you could listen to it and tell me if it's worth releasing. And I heard back from everybody that I sent it to, and they all said really, really lovely things. And I was very much just like, this is a good feeling, and that it gave me the confidence to release it generally. And I think that was kind of the first sort of spark of like, this is a really good way to share stuff. Like, I think I remember speaking to Ollie about this with the idea of making these sort of tiny audio dramas. I think the thing that audio generally doesn't have is an open mic night, right?
Yes.
You know, I when I was a musician, I'd go to like open mic nights all the time. I had like a couple of regular open mic nights, and it was just a really good time.
Sorry, someone said cat on stream and they wanted to see the baby.
Goodness.
You wish to see the baby? She's going to settle in a moment.
Oh, she's so fluffy.
She is so fluffy. She's got a beard. She's got a big beard.
Yes.
And big eyes. Who is he? There you go.
Oh, my word.
The people wish to see you. The
why are you
beautiful
never
little
getting cute like
princess.
that?
Who's a silly... Oh, yeah, quack.
Oh, a little quack.
Yeah, she will just quack. She longs to be a star. Whenever I'm doing self-tapes, she runs in and then runs out. And actually, the last set of TikToks I filmed, I'll put it on Fifi for a little bit. The last set of TikToks that I filmed, she's just sat in the background sleeping, because she likes to sleep on the carpet in my study place. Yeah, little tuxedo. Fifi, Fifi is an old lady. She's 16 and a half. Yeah, she doesn't know it. She's very, very kittenish. We found out her kidneys, she needs to be on a special kidney diet, because like I say, she's an old lady. But we adopted her when she was like 12, and another cat. Like, we've been in a retirement home, and she was called Fifi, and that was so yes, sorry, I completely distracted. You talk about distribution and open mic nights, but I mean, yeah, if Fifi does this, how do I... A baby! She's
Absolute
a baby. Kisses.
baby.
You know, head kisses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she is adorable. Apparently, she draws blood whenever she has to go to the vet.
Oh yes, so we took her to the vet for a blood test, and the vet walked out bleeding. She
oh my goodness.
They did get there's a note on her file that she is too vicious, and she's biting me lightly now, but she's like 3 kilos. She's so small, and she just gets so stressed, and she shrimps. She's like a little, if they try and get blood out of her, she sort of just curls up, even when she's drugged. So she's very, very challenging to do that. But yeah, they did get blood out of her, and she is okay. But like I said, she's just an old lady. And Fifarella, Fifu, Banana, Princess Fluffy Bum.
Just tiny little murder cat.
Tiny
Hi,
murder. She wants nothing but she demands blood. Why do the gods demand blood? Because gods don't bleed. And on that, wrote Eldorado. Sorry, please continue with open mic nights. I distracted
yes,
everyone.
we don't have in audio. You don't have the equivalent of an open mic night. Like, I think when Sarah and I started doing when Sarah started doing spoken word and continued, and I did spoken word for a bit and then stopped, the energy of open mic nights and the energy of having a group of people in a space sharing work with each other immediately, like sharing like tiny short pieces of work and then kind of getting that instant feedback about it. Like we don't have that in audio, because also I think another thing about this series, I'm very aware I can go on about the thinking behind the series, because I had from like May till basically after Camlin finished, I had like a big sort of existential what am I doing crisis, where I was just like, I'm not sure if I want to make podcasts anymore, and had a bit of disillusionment, but like I was very much just like, we don't, whenever we make audio drama series, because we're making podcasts, we have to have lots of episodes. The episodes need to be 15 to 25 minutes long. You know, there needs to be a mid break. There needs to have, you know, there's a whole production that goes into making an audio drama now. It's not enough to just make a story. It has to be really so it means that like whenever you meet another person who makes an audio drama, they go, oh, I listened to the first episode, I've not gotten around to listening to the rest of it yet. And I'm like, I get it, because if it's a thing you make, like, it's going to be harder to listen to. Like, I find listening to audio drama really hard because it feels like work.
I agree.
I can see I can hear the stitching.
I find the same thing if I'm watching just watching plays, especially, is I just go, I'm just, I can't stop. It takes a very good play for me to not be distracted by the acting, or the technical things. Right? Oh, that was a good quick change. So yeah, I really, really feel it. Also, yes, Fifi loves belly pets. She has the fluffiest belly. See the fluffy belly? And she'll do her person sit, where she sits like a person. So yeah, I'm glad we can all share this moment. And she's currently holding my hand, because if I try to move it, she won't let me. The claws come out. But yeah, and the thing you're saying about that kind of instant feedback, it's a thing for writers is, and I know I'm going to say so to say this, I wrote a lot of fan fiction, and I'm sure others have as well in their lives. The thing about fan fiction is that you get comments. And when you post it, people comment on it. And you get that almost instant hit of feedback, and it becomes a community. And you can write for fun. And it stops being about like, oh, I've got to get this in for this deadline, or I've got to do this. And you're just like, oh, I'm just writing something silly. And it's great. Yeah. And I think that it's that sort of thing that we've really lost. And that you can't, because audio drama normally takes so much equipment, if nothing else. Yeah. And then you've got to try and use a platform, and you've got all of this. So I thought it was very satisfying to hear. For this idea really caught me more than even the script. I went, yeah, I love it. I love the idea, because again, it's how fan fiction used to be distributed. And people just used to do fan magazines, and so to hear you talk about it like that, I'm like, yes, for all the same reasons.
Yeah, I mean, like I think it's been interesting talking to different people about this, because I feel like everyone's got their own reference point. Like I remember when I was pitching to Moira, who did the artwork. I think the first thing she compared it to was like shareware in the 90s. Yeah. Or like demo scene stuff in the 90s. But also like what I got from was zine culture, because that was the big. I started making little zines in the downtime.
Little zines,
8-page zines. But also I think I've talked about this on stream. I think I may have mentioned it to you as well, Robyn. So, at Summer Games Done Quick this year. So I told Ollie about this, and that's where ADDQ came from. And I really love ADDQ. I think it's a fantastic thing. But I was organizing it with Ollie, and I'm like, it's not quite what I meant, because what I meant was this. Yes. But I'm very happy we got ADDQ as well. But so there was a game that was played. It was called Supersonic Saves the World. And it's a hack
Sonic mention.
Sonic mention. That's your time to Sonic, anyway, everyone. It's a ROM hack of Super Mario World by Maddie Allegedly, who is who's the person who made Celeste as well, which is, as people will know from this stream, I love very much. It's one of my favorite games. I've still never completed Farewell. I'm working on it, but it's really hard. But the thing about it was, so it was released, I think 2021, 2022. It was made in the pandemic. And the specific rules about it was it's not allowed to be hosted anywhere. So when Maddie made it, she sent it to a bunch of Kaizo Mario World speedrunners who played it on their stream, and then it was distributed that way. So it was very much just, you just asked the person who you knew had it, and then you got it that way. And I really loved that. I thought that was really cool. Like, it's been a couple of years now, so you can get it on archive.org. I think it's on the Super Mario World ROM hack website now. But I was like, I really love that as a way of distributing something, and it kind of tied all this stuff together.
Well, something you were sort of saying, and we were chatting when you asked me what I want to talk about in tonight, and we were sort of just like, whatever comes up. But the idea that these days you don't really own anything, you subscribe to things and services, and the death that is happening in animation, the things can just be deleted, and you go, what? And you don't get hard copies of things anymore. You're only ever owning an online version of something or a license to something. And this sense of, and you were talking about originally, this is like an actual cassette tape and things like that. And I was, and streaming we saw Chaos, which was the new sort of Netflix show, it's just been cancelled after season 1, which is, it's just these things that you can't actually commit to or fall in love with, because it's in the hands of executives who are following algorithms, who are doing this and this, and all of this bullshit. And so you start to become quite numb to it. And I think there's kind of two things there. The first thing is actually owning something and having something as a community that is actually owned and is added to. Like we've added this now, and if people want to add things as they go, they send it to their friends with things like this, and it gets sent and it grows, and it is a communal ownership, but it is still ownership rather than sort of rentership. We are Generation Rent, and that is what our entertainment has become.
Yeah, well, because the thing that I think my partner Sarah put it really well was very much just like it's like,
I love you, Sarah.
Passing on a mixtape,
Yeah,
it's like it's doing it that way. Sorry, you've just reminded me. I should probably upload the file.
Yeah. So. I mean, as I say, the other part of that is that as an actor, you become really. This isn't just now, but it's easy to become really detached from why you started acting as a professional actor, because you never fucking get to do it. Like I've said on here before, I've not worked professionally in TV and film. I've worked in audio a bit for the past couple of years, but TV and film, just nothing. Like, and I miss it on a deep, deep level. And I miss the joy of creating for the sake of it. And doing things like this reminds you why you do it. And it fulfills that creative part of you, not just the crafter, but also the person who's there as someone who wants to make art and who wants to do things because it's what we love to do, and it feeds you. And I think I was saying as well, you get a lot of advice when you're a young actor to, find your tribe and make, indie things, make things that you care about, that you're passionate about stuff. And that is great advice. But at the time, you're going to think it's a step back, or it's this, I want to be doing big things. And it's only as you get older and you settle a little bit and you start to go, oh no, this is what you meant. Because like I said, this is when you've built those networks with people you actually want to work with. And this is where, I've actually just listed a little TikTok about that I will be releasing at some point, but you have to hear advice at the right time, and you have to live it to really get it. And so when you said, do you want to do this? I'm really trying to say yes to more of those projects, because it ends up creating something wonderful, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, like I you've mentioned cassette tapes. I do want to make this as a cassette tape at some point. Yeah. But there was a really interesting, of all things, a Tumblr post yesterday, which like I saw this yesterday, and I was just like, this makes me happy because it makes me feel like I'm doing something interesting. It was a post saying like, one thing nobody's really taken advantage of is you can just send a zip file to someone with like some pieces of music, or like a PDF of a book, or like some art, or links to some web pages or something, as a little zip file care package. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, that's absolutely right. Like I think I've been reading a lot and watching a lot of things about like the indie web. This idea that like it's trying to build the web back up from these 5 platforms that have kind of taken over everything.
Yes.
And like, I'm very much just like, I think this is a part of that, where you're kind of sending these little, like, I do want to make more of these. I do want to make more of these tiny audio dramas where I can just make something over the course of maybe a few weeks. It lasts maybe 20 to 45 minutes, and then just send them to people being like, I've made this. I think it's kind of cool. What do you think? Like we sort of briefly mentioned that my brain's already going, ooh, make another one. What's the next idea? Which is really
I want to make one about. I've been thinking a lot about liminality recently, and I've said before, and again, silly little TikToks about I'd love to be the god of liminality.
Yes,
and I want to make a mini one, which is set, and it's different liminal spaces, and it's almost more about the sound of it. So places like a carnival on its last day, so you hear the sounds of this carnival and that track and that experience of something that won't be there. And I wrote something very briefly, but this is the thing, I could just do it. But the reason we can just do it, I think we should also acknowledge here, is that we do have the equipment and the experience and the context. And so the barrier to entry exists, but like, if hopefully with your streams and with the stuff we're doing, if you need advice, and also if you need actors, there are so many actors, and they're so willing often to do good stuff. So like, if you want to make something and you're saying, team, I've got like this idea, don't be afraid to approach actors. Sometimes people message me going, I'd love you to do this project, but I can't afford it. I'm just like, well, what's the idea? Do I like it? Do I like it enough? Because if I've got the time, and I've got if you're going to take me an hour to do a quick recording, let's do it. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to. I think everyone should be paid for their work, but if you're not getting paid and you just want to make something creatively, make it.
Yeah, 100%. Ooh, Mecha has made some Nikki art.
Yeah. Sorry, Fifi's having a bath on me, so
that's
we are
okay.
interrupting Fifi's bath time. And if you look, you can see the beans. She does often have her beans.
Beans. Oh, wait, is Fifi comfortable showing feet on stream? Like,
Yeah, Fifi. I have a Wiki Feats page, and I don't know what to do with that information. And my score isn't great, and I don't know what to do about that information either.
Oh no!
I'm like, I have nice feet. I don't want people.
no.
I'm just here like, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, that's horrific. I'm so sorry.
I know I need to learn that, but it's not awful. But it's also me going, I think I have quite nice feet. But what does the internet think of my feet? Now I have the forbidden knowledge I can never unknow.
Oh, no.
So yeah, there you go, team. And I want to point out here, when I looked at the WikiFeet page, because I did look myself up, as you do, they were changing to a whole different UI, and it's honestly excellently programmed. And I'm there going, clearly, whoever does this they got time.
Yeah.
Yes, a terrible monkey paw of knowledge.
It is a terrible monkey, but yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay.
How are you doing with the upload?
So well, I've just got the artwork through from Moira.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's very good. But yeah, like Moira, if you want to like, let me know if you want it in the folder, because I can put it, because there is already lots of very good artwork from Moira in the folder. But yeah, if you're wishes on the monkey paw, I want to get a wiki article.
I mean, I'm on various wikis. I think I'm on the TARDIS wiki and on the Sex Education wiki, but I'm not
I
on
am also
Wikipedia
on the
wiki.
TARDIS wiki as well. I'm.
How are you? What did you do with Big Finish?
Oh, no, not the TARDIS wiki. I'm on the Doctor Who wiki because I did Doctor Who Redacted.
Ah, yes, of course, Doctor
I did the
Redacted.
music
Very
for that.
nicely done.
And unfortunately, the BBC have not updated my credit. Yeah, I did. So I'm on there under my old name, sadly. But yeah, Ella got a page, but I didn't. Like, I'm a little bit like no, you don't want to like complain because it's just nice to be included, but at the same time, it's just like,
I mean,
come
I got a page because I've done a few things with Big Finish. And I want to play my Big Finish character. I'm putting this out there now. I want to play Calypso Jones in the actual Doctor Who series. I want to play the Doctor, but like, I would love to play Calypso as like the next Captain Jack, as just a companion who rocks up occasionally, is very pansexual and non-binary, and is a bounty hunter. Like, literally, Rob was describing them to me as kind of like Han Solo, just gayer, kind of. No, that wasn't what Rob said, but that's what that is. And I'm like, I want to play them. I want to rock up as Calypso Jones. But I don't think that's not going to happen. But I'd love it. I'd love it very
Okay,
much.
right. Well, while that is uploading, let me just get that. So should we? Because it's 9:45 just now. So, shall we have a look through the folder and
Yeah, let's talk. Let's look at it.
See what you get when you download Hello Earth. So that is uploading. So the link will be through in a little tiny bit.
Just so cute. Fifi, you should just come on stream to be the like little Faye.
So I'm going to
Oh, she's dragoning. Oh, no. Oh, she looks demented. You should see her when she. Hello. Apparently, I'm grubby. Apparently, I am grubby. I need you to know that cats. She does this a lot.
Again. Why do you never do anything cute?
Oh, Poppy.
So,
The thing is, cats' tongues are very, very rough on the top, but they're like really oddly, forbiddenly, like silk-like underneath. It's just like I was like, oh, it's a very strange. Because she'll start licking me, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute, but oh god, it's sandpaper.
Oh no, Poppy's fighting back. She's complaining.
Poppy
I'm sorry,
is always
I
cute.
didn't mean to say anything bad about you. Come here. You wanna sniff?
Yeah, we're Poppy. You're lovely. We love you, Poppy.
So we're getting another interruption. Are you? Oh no, you look like you're about to jump on my desk.
Hello. Can you hear her purring? I'm not sure if you can hear that.
It's because not even Amber can afford Poppy's rates. I can't. She's got a really good agent.
Yeah, Poppy's got a great agent. It's Sarah.
Right. Let me. Well, Poppy is purring as well, but I don't think she's quite close enough to the microphone. But
tails
okay,
flicking. You may need to leave it bit. Oh no!
Over. So we will sadly have to turn away from the cat for a bit.
Sorry, team. Could you just? I could be such a famous Twitch streamer by just turning this on, just being people look at my cat all day. I mean, I'm sure there's a joke about pussy there somewhere, but it's a good cat.
There are people who do cat streams, which is rather wonderful. Okay, let's. Oh, hang on. Let me need to do this again. Sorry, Robyn, if you could just vamp with Fifi for a bit.
Oh, well, I was going to say, like, I mean, if I was to Twitch stream, I suppose I do game. We're talking. The Satisfactory update came out. I could just do me chatting away, playing Satisfactory with a cat on my lap. I'm sure that would be. Is that something, chat? Is that something? T-cat and chat. Yes, the low energy question. I genuinely debated doing TikTok lives of doing sort of a have tea with me in the mornings, and I just like a 10-minute live where I just make a cup of tea. It's the time it takes me to do that. Just sit and give like some life advice. Yeah, I could also cozy game. Like my Stardew Valley is modded and beautiful at the moment. I could go through Hollow Knight, but that will be mostly swearing. I'm trying to think what other cozy games could we go through. My Time at Sandrock. What other we got? What else we got? Chat. Yeah, just me doing that. But I can use my strange storytelling voice, which is when I add resonance and slow my pace. Oh my god! Someone on TikTok sent me a message going, "Why have you changed your accent? Why do you sound like a Tory? No one actually speaks with an RP accent anymore." And I was like, "Oh, honey, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'll hold your hand as I say this. People do. And if you think my accent is slightly obnoxious, you should hear my wife's." No, I love her accent, but she has a very crystal clear RP, which is beautiful. But yeah, it's casually vamping. Yeah, neurodivergent parallel play of having someone chatter. Yeah, absolutely. Jackbox game with the Camland crew.
I have nothing. I can't talk about it yet.
Is that okay? Well, it's planned.
There are plans in place.
Oh, okay. The other thing I want to stream, I will say this is so the video game I'm in, Eternal Strands, which we love. It's an indie gaming studio. Although I've said it before, all the team are all like AAA, ex-AAA studios. They're great, and they're making this game called Eternal Strands. I want to play it through. Maybe we'll do a Twitch playthrough of that. Maybe a Veilguard, who knows? What was that?
I would. So, I really love the idea of gaming with games that you and Tobias have been in. I don't think I can run Space Marine on this computer.
Oh, valid.
It's too powerful.
Oh God, we need to get a new PC because my old PC that I use for editing upstairs, it's about a decade old, and when we built it to kind of future-proof, but it's just technology becomes obsolete so quickly that it's pretty unusable now. Now this computer, which was built maybe 4 or 5 years ago, it was pretty good. It's running Satisfactory on a fairly low graphics, but it's struggling. But yeah, there's some games that I'm not gonna be able to play. This is why I've got to make clearly viral content, because I need a new computer so that we can play these games, so we can Twitch stream them for you. Yeah.
Right.
I would pay so much to watch Angharad play Space Marine. I would pay money to see her play D&D. We've talked about this.
Oh, we have. It's very funny because whenever one of us talks about a game, so Angharad's not really a gamer. Whenever any one of us like mentions a game in the Camlin cast and crew WhatsApp, and Kara would be like, "Oh, I love that game," and then like the first line of the Wikipedia page. It's very, very, very funny. Okay, this is uploading now. That's good. Right, let's.
The other Baldur's Gate 3 thing I've said before is I'm slightly salty because I auditioned for it and didn't get it, and lots of people I know did.
Shocking! No.
Oh, no, I didn't get. Well, because to be fair, I think there's mocap elements, and I was auditioning for the big angel one that I like, and I'm like, I could embody that, but yeah, I didn't get it. I'm gutted. But I know loads of people who did. So Josh is a very old friend, Josh Witchard, who's lovely, and Jenny, who's Shadowheart. was my editor on a couple of books, and I know her going, "Well, I said this to you before," and so I don't know if I can play it because Jahira, I can't remember. Tracy is my old radio teacher, was my voice teacher at GSA.
Oh, wow,
so
incredible.
I know loads of these people. It's a really small world. And I'm so simultaneously like, it would be slightly strange to play, but also I'm very sad I didn't get it. I think it was Dame Ayla. I think that was what I auditioned for, and I very much didn't get it. But
we were this close to perfection. This close.
But I was so close to being in Baldur's Gate 3, but I wasn't. No, I don't know. Pit Stop are actually great because Pit Stop do open their casting a lot more than other studios. Some studios don't. Some studios kind of will open some castings, and then once they know you, they will just send you for avails checks. Whereas Pit Stop, as a studio, will work a little bit differently. So I'm not in Baldur's Gate, tragically.
We now need a stream of you playing BG3. I think a Camlin cast and crew, so because Ella is obsessed with BG3, like
I'm not surprised.
But like I say, has all of the achievements, like genuinely all of them.
Okay, that's insane. That's more insane than when my wife was going through a Kingdom Hearts run, and she has all of them. She beat the only one she hasn't. She did Lingering Will, but she didn't. Like, I don't know if there was any Kingdom Hearts players on here, but like, there's Birth by Sleep. There are some ridiculous bosses. Like, she managed to max out KH1 and 2, and she loves Birth by Sleep. It's her favorite one. Don't come at me. That's her choice. I know I keep teasing. No, I like Birth by Sleep. It's great. I just it's not my favorite. Because I still need to play KH3. We've got it. But anyway, she did all the achievements, and watching her do this, I was like, this is insane. Insane. I think I'm going to message her to tell her I'm talking about her. Anyway, please, we should talk about this.
Yes,
now.
We should talk about the thing. So, Hello Earth is not going to be available as a podcast. It's not going to be available on Bandcamp. It's not going to be... One of the rules is that it's not allowed to be hosted anywhere online. It is not allowed to exist on the internet. If you want a copy of it, you have to ask someone who has a copy. And also, thank you to everyone who has already messaged me asking for a copy. That makes me really happy. If you are a member of the Tin Can Audio Ko-fi, you will already have your copy. I'm just uploading the new thing now, so I'll get that to you soon. But in the meantime, let us talk about what you get when you download the folder. So this is the folder here. Please, I'm going to try to see if I can get rid of this border because it doesn't look very good. There we go. So when you download Hello Earth, you'll get a nice little zip folder. If you unzip that zip folder, you will get this. So the first thing is you will get the full series. You will get the audio in both MP3 and in WAV. If you're for those audio files out there. I was chatting with Ollie, and Ollie was just like, "Are you sure you need the WAVs?" And I'm like, "Look, I like to think I've cultivated an audience of people who care about audio quality, so the WAVs are staying in." On top of that, you also get transcripts for each episode. These are plain text files, so they should work with screen readers. I've realized that if you are making transcripts, making sound design dense audio dramas with lots of music, it's quite difficult to do transcripts because you need to describe your own music, which I don't like doing. But yeah, you'll get a folder with transcripts in them as well. You will also get a copy of the soundtrack. So all the music you hear in the series, you will get those in both MP3 and WAV again, if you are so taken. It also means if you want to do any remixes of anything, you've got high quality audio for it. There is also a page. There's also a folder of extras. These include all the artwork by the amazing Maury Dakin. You get the main artwork. You'll also get the poster version, and then you'll also get the alternate artwork, which I've used for the soundtrack. And I'll just pop that on there. And then on top of that, you also get a little note from me, which I'm not going to put this on here. You will also get a copy of the script that I used in the recording session. So you'll get the script, the recording script from the day we recorded Hello Earth. You'll get all my little character notes that I scribbled down in my terrible handwriting. You'll also get the rules that I gave myself when making this series, and then also the rules for distribution, and then also a couple of little quotes that I kind of used as inspiration for this piece. And then you get an annotated original script. and little take notes that I made, because to my shame I didn't use a proper production document for this series. Just little notes that I made for myself. Again, it's mostly just talking about how great Robyn is. And then a couple of other things. You also get the sketches that we've made tonight as well. So you get all of that. One of the things that so there's also a little, no, that's a completely different file altogether. When you download the file, there's a little thing here that says, hello, please read. It's just a little thank you for listening. But it's also talking about the rules for sharing it with people. Basically, if you like the series and you want to share it with someone, just send it to them. Like, if somebody asks you for it, send it to them. When you get a copy of this, it is yours. And if you want to put something in the folder and then send it to somebody else, you're free to do that. The only thing that I ask is that you include everything that it came with. That's kind of one of the... do you think there's a typo in the 5th paragraph? Well, look, this has already been uploaded, so it's staying in there now.
The typo is part of it.
Yes, it is there. I've spotted it. There it is. Oh, that's so annoying. It's fine. I'm not uploading it again. If someone asks you for this series, oh man, there's 2 typos. Oh no. You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna be the bigger person here.
We're just letting it go. We're letting it go, and we're knowing
letting it go. This is the part of it. This is me letting it go. Okay. Somebody was asking, I'm Twitch challenged. How might I contact you? You can contact me via my website, but if you stick around a little bit longer, I'll be putting a link in the chat in just a second. Let me cut back to the chat screen. But yeah, let me. I'm gonna bring up the thing on here so I can. Yeah, when sending this series to others, it must be sent with, which is 2 words and not 1. Everything you received it with, scripts, artworks, everything. To do otherwise would be like sending a game without the graphics or the soundtrack. Like you need, it's a complete package. It's not just an audio series. I just uploaded a cast announcement list with 2 typos. Oh, I'm so sorry. Right, let me see if the upload is complete. It is. Okay, so. As a delightful little reward for sticking with us for so long and sticking through the stream and listening to the stream, and also for being here throughout the production process of Hello Earth, there is a link in the chat which I'm going to put in just a second. This will be a download of everything I've just talked about. It'll be a download of the zip file. It has it will expire in 2 weeks. So if you are watching this stream on Twitch, even if it's like after, even if you're watching the VOD of this. The link will still be live. If you're watching this on Twitch, the link is live right now. You can get a copy. After that, you have to contact me through my website, tincanaudio.co.uk/contact, or you have to ask someone who has a copy, or be sent it by someone. So I will stick the link in chat just now. There you go. Enjoy. It is about a gigabyte download. I couldn't get it to exactly a gigabyte. I was really frustrated. I was just like, I couldn't get it exactly 1 gigabyte. That would be fantastic. But the plan was I wanted to keep it under 2 gigabytes because it makes it slightly easier to send to people. But yeah, I'll put up a pinned chat. Yeah, yoink. Moira, I have sent it to you already.
I'm also doing it. Oh no, I'm also doing it. I don't care that I already have it. Just in case, what if I lost it?
Did anything at all change?
Forever.
Did anything at all change from the early? It's the only thing is the 2 extra artworks. I'll update the Ko-fi link as well after stream. But yes, it is all in there. Please go download it. But what about second download?
What about second download?
But yeah, download it, send it to people, send it to your friends, send it to people who you think might like this weird little audio drama. And yeah, I have sent this to maybe a handful of people, like obviously the people who were involved, the people who got a special thanks in the credits, but over the next few days I'm going to be sending it out to a bunch of people. So some of whom are people who've kind of been in previous productions, some are just other people that I've worked with. So we pass this around like a zine, exactly like a zine. This says it expires in 4 weeks.
Like a zine.
It says it expires in 4 weeks. I will be updating. Basically, I have to update the transfer after sending it. So I will do that now. Sent 11 minutes ago. That was about 11 minutes ago, right?
I was going to say something. Oh yes, we love the art. I love the new art.
Yeah, it's been wonderful seeing that come together.
It's really cool.
Okay, so that is going to expire on October 24th. That has been updated.
Bye, Fifi.
Now. Oh, no more
Bye,
cat.
Fifi. She'll be back. She likes to cause trouble. Oh no, the feet. I have to hide them.
Oh no! You can now's the time to right the wrongs. Like what do you want to say to the people who run the page?
What I want to say to the people is fuck you. No, I can tell the story of that I'm slightly concerned you have it recorded about me talking to you about a foot mask.
If you don't want it to,
it's okay. I know this is recorded now. I was talking about doing I went to Save a Shop and got one of those peely off foot mask things. And I thought it was just going to be something that went 2 months. It's just been it's been the most effective and also terrifying thing. I'm how much skin exists on someone's feet? So I'm not showing anyone my feet at the moment. They're okay, but it's I can recommend if you want a terrifyingly good foot mask. You become your own fidget toy, but dear God. Bye, baby.
Anyway, to try and drag this back to what we're talking
No, I refuse. I'm so sorry.
But,
I've had quite a busy time.
That's okay. It's been good. But yeah, send it to people. Send it to a bunches of podcast people. The idea is one of the things that I'm kind of trying to. I talked about this on the last stream. One of the things I'm trying to save myself from is numbers, is download numbers, is statistics, is analytics. I don't want to know how many people have downloaded this. I don't want to know how many people have listened to it. I would like it if people who have listened to it and like it get in touch with me and say that they like it. If people listen to it and they don't like it, they can just keep it to themselves. They don't have to tell me that.
Just if you haven't got anything nice to say, shut the fuck up.
Just don't say it. Just don't say it.
Say it. I've got to stop swearing. I've been swearing so much. I'm so
you're
sorry.
Fine. You're fine. It's chat only ever really has a problem when I swear, which is quite weird. There's been a couple of times where I've sworn on stream and people have been like, "You did a swear," which is very funny to me.
You did a swear. I think that it's good though, but we're moving away from the idea of because everything is now the algorithm and we can see it very instantly. It happens on whenever we look at our stats, don't we? We look at kind of the numbers, and it's not healthy, and it's also not always a good answer. It tricks you into thinking you actually know anything, which you don't. Even the amount of people downloaded it doesn't tell you how many people who had life-changing moments. That might only be 3, but you changed 3 lives. You can't actually get the data that really feeds you as a creative, because that can only happen when they actually reviews and stuff like that. And so these numbers trick us into thinking that we can control and that we can get it better. But yes, I don't
exactly.
know.
I'm trying to unlearn podcast brain is kind of the main thing of this, and also it frees me of a lot of the because I think this is something that Lauren Shippen talked about in Breaker Whiskey, right? Lauren Shippen of the Bright Sessions, Escaping Hawkins, I think it's called, and a bunch of really big, amazing, terrifying, scary, brilliant audio dramas. But she made Breaker Whiskey. So Breaker Whiskey is just her in a CB radio, and it's a weekly thing. She's just recording it week by week. She's writing it week by week. She started saying, I don't know where this story's going to go. I'm making it up as I go along. But she was saying that, I'm working on all these really, really big projects, and I love doing them. But the problem is that they take a long time to make. And I miss being able to do these spontaneous kind of smaller projects. And I'm very much just I've been needing something like that for a while, I think, because it's a privilege to be at the stage that we're at, the fact that we were able to make Camlin is still wild. We were able to make it. We were able to have a budget for it. Thank you, Ross. Thank you, Ross. Thank you, Ross.
Thank you, Ross. We love you, Ross.
We love
Never
Ross.
leave us. We will perish without you, quite literally.
Quite literally. You know,
we won't have any iron brew.
we were able to get all the actors to come up. We were able to pay for most of their transport and most of their accommodation, and feed them for a week, and we were able to do that with funding, which was great. But that took a year and a half. You know, like it took a year and a half to get the funding, to then it took a year and a half to get the funding, to get people up, to then start the editing process, and yeah, just.
Oh, and that's not mentioning the 9 years it took Ella to write it?
Yeah. The 9 years of Ella with scripting and rescripting and scripting and rescripting it, like it took a long time to make. And even with something like something smaller like Folklore or The Tower, that still takes a year to make all in. And I think it's interesting to see that there are quite a few people in the audio drama space who started around about the same time I did. Like, you know, your Lauren Shippens and so on, who are now kind of like, I want to kind of... Actually, I'd count Ollie as part of that as well, like Ollie with The Lightning Bottler, which is a fantastic podcast that not enough people listen to. More people should listen to The Lightning Bottler. It's some of the best audio drama you'll ever hear in your entire life. It's really weird, but in like a really good way. But it's interesting now. There's this wave of people who started making audio dramas as a hobby that have now professionalized, and now they're like, I need smaller projects to kind of keep me, to like sustain me while I'm waiting for the bigger ones. Exactly, and like, it's why I'm really excited about making these sort of tiny audio dramas, I think is what I'm calling them. And Ollie, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about the other thing.
The other thing.
The other thing. I'm sure.
Is this the other thing that I know about? The other thing. Ollie, we don't know.
All right, we are safe to do it. So Ollie is also making a tiny audio drama right now. So an audio drama with a similar kind of setup. No, it's the other thing.
It's the other thing. I understand.
So basically, Ollie and I talked a lot about this. Ollie's really great if you have a weird idea and you want to talk about it. Because Ollie will very much be like, yeah, do it, make it weird, make it weirder. Can it be weirder? Make it smaller, make it bigger, make it more purple. Ollie's very good at listening to weird ideas and encouraging them. But Ollie is also making a tiny audio drama. For a while, it looked like Ollie was going to finish their tiny audio drama before Hello Earth was finished, which was very distressing. But it all worked out fine. It all worked out great. Yeah, so keep an eye out for that. I will almost certainly be talking about it on the stream. Ollie, if you want to launch it on this channel, the channel is open for you. And yeah, I want to make more of these. I want to make more tiny audio dramas that I can make in like a month or so, and then stick them in a thing with, you know, pay a really cool actor to be it, pay a really cool artist to make some art for it, stick it all in a folder and start sending it out to people, and kind of trying to do things outside of the ecosystem of podcasting, because I like the fact that podcasting is free and open, and it's there and anyone can access it at any time. But like, I think with this I want to be a bit more active in, you know, going to people rather than waiting for them to come to me, and kind of subverting all the social media platforms that are on fire right now.
The whole internet is burning and we're just sat there like,
yes,
this isn't fine.
But so if you want some hope about the internet, XOXO Festival is currently going on, or at least I think they're uploading all the talks that were on at XOXO Festival. They are on YouTube. The first one is by the fantastic Molly White of Citation Needed and Web3 is Going Just Great, and she talks about the indie internet, and talks about how the small internet of like GeoCities and Neopets is coming back, and
Neopets.
Neopets is a core a core aspect.
I hope
of
my
this
Neopets are okay. I left them at the giant omelette. They'll be fine.
talk.
Neopets message boards. I remember being 12 or like 11. I wasn't, and you weren't allowed to be on the Neopets message boards until you were 13. And instead of doing the normal thing, like lying about my age, I did the thing you were meant to do, which is get a parent to physically write to them and say, yes, I consent for my child to be on these boards. So yes, that happened when I was like 11. And that's how old we. But someone pointed out, isn't it amazing that our generation was the generation where we saw the internet grow from being kind of not that usable to being actually pretty good, and the information being pretty accurate as long as you did your due diligence. And that was all the time where we needed the information to be accurate because we were doing our education. And now people are fucked because it's full of AI. So it's like that stage of the internet. And I saw another one, which was somebody talking about how letting kids have free reign on the internet isn't something we do now, but it was amazing for us because what was there? I mean, other than FF.net and LiveJournal and God knows what else we fell into as too young, but like mostly it was okay. You were rickrolled enough to know not to click on dodgy links, and we all learnt enough scripting to make our Bebo pages and our Neopets pages. Like we were all actually learning and using it, and that was great. And now you look at it and it's like, oh God.
But a better future is possible.
A better future, yes.
This is
a solar
waving
punk
the
future.
Flag. Yes, this is me waving the indie internet flag. My winter project, I think, is going to be learning how to do HTML5 and CSS, because I love the idea of having a small website for audio nerdery. I like how a bunch of the Camelin actors have gone, okay, now I make one of these.
Yeah, we all just went, I like it. Another. Wait, I have to make it.
Robyn, were you here for this? So Tobias announced on ADDQ on Monday that he is making an audio drama.
I was aware he's making an audio drama. I was aware because Tobias and I talk. We do occasionally communicate, by which I mean we sometimes send each other little voice notes going, how are you? We do chat. No, genuinely, we do chat. And so I was aware of this, and I'm very, very excited. I can't wait to see what occurs.
Incredible. River Second Wife, let me be a Luddite for a moment. How are you guys sharing a 1 gig file without having it on a server? So I'm using WeTransfer.
WeTransfer.
With an expirable link. Because I send a lot of big files as part of my job. I have a paid WeTransfer account, so I have a bit more control over it. But yeah, WeTransfer is a good way of sending a zip file. There are other sites as well. Cloud-based sharing through WeTransfer. It's hosted on some server somewhere with data replication for safety. Yeah, like it's a like I do at some point I would like to make one that fits into 25 megabytes that you can put into an email. I like that idea. Because of the
I thought you were going to say that you were going to. It's the whole "can you play Doom" on it. People programming their earrings to play Doom. How small can you make it? People are saying in chat one thing. Yes, solar punk. I am. I'm very nearly 32. I'll be 32 in January. And yes, I am. Some are saying you're a decade younger than me. That is how old I am. And yes, everyone gets it. Yes, I would love to be in it, Tobias. Regardless of whether or not I like the script, I like you, and I want to support you. Like I've not read the script, but I know it'll be great because you wrote it. And if it's not great, then I'll tell you, and we'll make it better. That's the way you do it when you've got friends. If I look at it and I'm like, you have more in you, then we will. Then whatever happens, it will be great. And also, Ella's going to be involved in some way or form, even if just a scream from the sidelines.
Yeah, well, she very much did that on Monday.
I assume so. I assume so.
For those interested, I was 32 in March. So.
We are quite literally. Actually, you are school year above me, technically. But yes, you are nearly a year older.
Make the audio drama you want to hear in the world. Exactly, Lavaita.
Make the audio drama you want to hear in the world. 100%.
Can this podcast run Doom? No, but it can play Sonic. It does play Sonic sounds.
Yeah.
Who let the babies on the internet? Okay.
I mean, 100%.
I'm at the stage. How are we all 32 next year? So I've reached the stage. So I used to make fun of my dad because I'd ask my dad when he was in his 30s, how old are you, Dad? And my dad would go, oh, I've forgotten. And And I would just be like, that's so silly, Dad. How can you forget how old you are? Whereas now I'm 32, I'm like, I frequently forget how old I am. Like,
I mean, I forget how old I am
like,
because I'm perpetually, I keep saying it, I'm auditioning for people. I auditioned for a 14-year-old last year.
oh my God.
I know, and that was on screen. I'm not surprised I didn't get it. But also, like, I'm there going, I'm as old as, how old are you? How old do you need me to be? Like, I'm auditioning to play the roles that the kids I teach are auditioning, and sometimes I have to wear a hoodie with director on the back so people don't assume I'm a student. Like, I don't know how old I am. How old is the world? I saw the fall of Rome, bitch, and that's what I'm going to tell people now. How old are you? Just infinite. I have existed before man. I will exist after. There you go.
It was it was a couple of years ago before I went freelance full time. I was, bringing some. I was training some new staff. I was working in a cinema, and one of them was like, "How old are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm 24." And they went, "Wait, no, hang on, no, I'm not." Why did I say that? That's just wrong. I'm at that point. I'm like, I'm 29. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry.
But this is the thing: is you're kind of. I think someone said you're kind of 20 until you're 35. You're 27, and then when you're 35 and above, you're like, I'm like 40. But I don't know. I'm kind of. I think I'm still about that age, about 26, and it's partly the pandemic happened, and we lost some years, and so you sort of blinked and you're like, oh. And yeah, someone did the timeline is the 2016 was like last year, and I can't really describe anything else.
I think the best thing I've heard along that lines is like 2016 happened, and then every year after that has just been 2016 again.
That's accurate.
But right, we are
we're way over. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, it's not that we're over. It's more we're talking about how old we are. So I think that's the point where we.
I think it's probably that's the sign.
River, second wife. What day? Amber, I'm the 23rd. My birthday is March 14th. It is the same birthday as Albert Einstein and Michael Caine. So it's very funny because every year on his birthday, Michael Caine tweets "Happy Birthday" on his birthday, and I always like to think he's tweeting at me.
He is though. He is tweeting at you, sweetie. Believe it. I'm January 14th. No one asked, but I wanted to say it. Maybe I'll get presents.
and it is pie. It is also Pie Day. March 14th is also Pie Day, which makes me very happy. Do you have a pie on your birthday? No, I don't. I mean, I'm not very. I'm not very
change
consistent.
that.
I can change that. I'm not very.
We can we can change that. We can acquire pie. I mean, either I can Uber Eats pie to you, or I can try and be in Glasgow and acquire pie. But are we saying pie like does a banoffee pie count?
Okay. I will say this now, because something like this has happened before, and I don't. This is what happened with the jelly beans, and I want to stop that from happening again. If you are going to get me pie for my birthday, please coordinate. So I only get one pie.
Please.
Pie. One pie will be
or
enough.
Ross will also get pie, and so will anyone else in Glasgow.
Please, just one pie. Okay, there's
but
only
what
two
kind
of
of
us.
pie do you want? You have to tell the internet.
I am partial to an apple pie, which is
an apple pie, a classic.
Is rather basic, but
I think my promise to myself. This shows you how long I promised that when I got a new acting job, I would get something from the Manaju Bakery, which does gluten-free pastries, and it looks amazing. And I have not got an acting job in so long that I've still not done it for myself. And I should just go and get it, but it's so expensive. It's expensive enough that you're like, I can't spend this on a croissant, and I can just make one. So yeah, maybe I'll do it for my birthday. Although mostly for my birthday this year, I want to go blacksmithing.
Oh, very nice. Very, very, very good. Coordinates. Everybody send me your pie for Amber and I'll deliver it.
I'm so looking forward. If you need extra hands, contact Bobby. Bobby will help. Bobby is so down for that kind of shit. Bobby is another friend in Glasgow.
Apple pie with a photo of Shadow stapled on top. So I do need to. I think I may have explained this on stream before, but Ella, for my birthday for this year, got me a delightful Sonic Pride badge, which is really delightful. But the artist that came with it, so it came with a card, that says this. It says follow me, just like a follow card.
Yeah.
But on the back of it, it's Shadow pointing a gun at you, saying "Do it," and I just keep that on my my keyboard as like motivation. If I don't want to do something, I just look down, and Shadow is pointing a gun at me, saying "Do it." It's
incredible.
It's very good. Anyway,
you can make croissants. I mean, I have to make them gluten free, and I can make rough puff pastry. I've never tried to make croissants, but I have made cinnamon rolls and stuff as well, and stuff. I bake.
Oh, you bake? I'm terrible.
I need to make my brownies. Ross, if I make brownies, because I will see Ross. Like, will you bring brownies back with you? Can you distribute? Can you be a brownie distributor? They're normal brownies. They are not. They are nothing illegal. They are just very nice. Okay, yeah, we should definitely end this.
Yes. Okay. So, I'm gonna stick a message in the chat after I finished, like a pinned message with a link to the download. Yeah, you're seeing me tomorrow, Ross. Actually, that's a good point. Yes, I'll put a pinned message. So if you are watching this on the VOD, there should be a pinned message with the download in it. And also if you just come in later and you don't have it yet, please stick around. The link will be going up in a second. I'm going to just sign off the stream first. But yeah, thank you so much for coming along and listening. I hope you enjoyed the audio drama. I hope you enjoyed this delightful chat. Robyn, where can people find you? Where can the delightful people go if they want more Robyn?
At Robyn
Yes,
Holdaway. Surely you're sorry. No, I was going to say this is the promote ourselves. Yes, if you're not utterly sick of me by now, I do a lot on TikTok, but I do on most social media. It's just at Robyn Holdaway. I've got some cool stuff coming out. This thing called Hello Earth, but also audiobooks. So I do audiobooks. I said The Last Gift of the Universe has come out, and actually tomorrow, Sisters of Fire and Fury by Laura Bates is coming out, which is second in that series. Eternal Strands next year, which is the video game, which I really please go wishlist it. Like I say, it is technically an indie studio, but it looks like so much fun.
Have I got
it's got loads of really. I'm not just saying this because I'm in it, but like the magic system just looks so cool. I keep talking about it online because I'm like, no, I want to play the game. So you can hear me in that. Otherwise, I mean, Infamia's still on Netflix if you want to watch it. Sex Education's still around if you want to watch that.
It's
you can
still
see me in a few
around.
things. It's still around. Yeah, if you want to watch me playing a 16-year-old who has a very cute storyline. Oh yes, and Camlan. You can hear me in Camlan.
Oh yes. Yeah, I think I've
Perry.
Put the commands for both Nikki and Perry in the chat. So I
Perry.
believe it's just the same thing.
Yes.
Incredible. Okay. Yes. Right. I think it's time to log off. So
for bed. Said
we'll
Zebedee.
be back. We'll be back on Monday. I don't know what we'll be doing. We'll probably actually be playing with the Nagoya harp or the Taisho Goto. Probably just going back to making some chill music while I figure out what I want to do next. So yeah, come along for a chill hangout, for a chill time. I'll probably be sort of depressurizing is the wrong word. What's the word I'm looking for? Not depressurizing.
Not
debriefing. There's a phrase.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
Deflating, decompressing. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, and clearly, Tobias, we all need to go to Glasgow because we're all getting the Tink and Audio tattoo. So
yeah, I forgot we joked about that.
I don't have any tattoos.
Oh no! Please don't. Please, no. Your first tattoo cannot be a Tin Can Audio tattoo.
No, it probably won't be.
I mean, refuse.
We could all get a Richard II tattoo because I think it might be the only thing. My wife hates tattoos, and I'm like,
oh no.
What if it was Shakespeare? What if it was? I've wasted time, and now does time waste me?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, which I did a little video of me doing that monologue in the style of. Because I was really interested to how Shakespearean soliloquies would work with kind of TikTok jump cuts, and it works really well.
It's really
Hamlet
good.
was shitpost. And on that note, let's go. Much love.
Okay. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be back on Monday. We will hopefully see you soon. Thank you for being here. Good night.
Bye.